What's up, everybody on YouTube? AJ Rose back here to discuss another video, and today we'll be talking about the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. The Nuggets against the Los Angeles Lakers and the Celtics against the Miami Heat. Alright guys, so there's a lot to unpack within these series. Obviously, these four teams were the same conference finals teams, same Final Four that was in the NBA bubble, so one can say that those bubble teams were legit. First off, I want to talk about the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum went crazy, had 51 points against the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 7, and they absolutely obliterated them as well. The Celtics look great, looking on cylinders. And my thing, the Celtics look really dangerous right now, even without Jason Tatum playing great. In the 76ers series, they still played great and had great continuity in that series. So that's the crazy thing about them, because when Jason Tatum was starting to go off, and they looked dang near unstoppable. Celtics rookie head coach Joe Mazzulla made a key switch in Game 6 against the 76ers. He started Robert Williams similarly to last year. In the Celtics, they had a lot of great success with that lineup. Robert Williams obviously isn't the same offensive player as a lot of these star centers are nowadays, but he is a great defender, one of the best defensive bigs in the league, and it's going to be a good match to see him against Bam Adebayo. And then also, of course, the Celtics have Al Horford, and Al Horford has been playing great defense as well, basically the Embiid stopper, because he went crazy against Embiid defensively, and we saw in Game 7 Joel Embiid only had 15 points, very inefficient. So the Celtics, they look dangerous right now, and their defense is real. Haven't even gotten to Jaylen Brown yet, who's been playing great in the playoffs for the most part. Also, he's going to be eligible for a $295 million extension, so we'll see what happens there. In my personal opinion, I feel like if the Boston Celtics don't give it to him, there is going to be trouble brewing, because either you give him that contract or you don't. I think that if they win the championship, I feel like they'll have no choice but to, because I mean, you reach the goal, Jaylen Brown doesn't get the money that he wants, or doesn't get that extension, because I mean, why wouldn't he want that extension? He has been putting in the work, putting in the time, producing, putting in great numbers, and to take a pay cut, I can understand, of course, winning wise, but Jaylen Brown has been playing great, so I think that he deserves the bag. So that's another situation to watch. Moving to the Miami Heat side, this team has absolutely been shocking the world. Of course, Jimmy Butler has been playing great playoffs. You can make the argument that he's playing the best basketball out of any individual player in the playoffs. Devin Booker, of course, he had a great run, but he laid a little egg in that last game against the Denver Nuggets in Game 6. Jimmy Butler, he's just been going absolutely ballistic, putting it on his hair. He missed a game, of course, against the New York Knicks in the second round, but I think that he's going to be ready for this series against the Boston Celtics. It's a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. Last year, he missed that shot against the Celtics in that Game 7, so I think he's going to try to seek revenge. In these playoffs, Jimmy Butler is averaging 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, up from last year where he averaged 27 points per game, 7 rebounds, and basically 5 assists. But at the same time, Jimmy Butler, he's been playing great basketball overall. He's been efficient, tough shot making, been clutch. And I don't think there's a soul on the Celtics that can guard him truly. Jaylen Brown played great defense against James Harden, but there's been a conversation for years, in my opinion, if Jimmy Butler is better than James Harden. We know that James Harden has an MVP, but I think Jimmy Butler is still better, in my opinion. And the only thing missing from Jimmy Butler is a ring. In all actuality, it's possible for them to get it this year. They are shorthanded, of course, without Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo. Of course, he got hurt, praying for him, but I do think that they can make the finals and they can win again. I mean, they're here for a reason. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round for a reason. A lot of people's championship favorite, in my opinion, as well. I'm guilty of that. But the Heat, they're dangerous for real, and they know they can win. They're confident. They have Eric Spoelstra, one of the greatest coaches of all time, so they're in prime position. With all that being said, though, I know y'all want to know who I have making the NBA Finals out of these two teams. It was tough for me. I do think that the series is either going to go 6 or 7 games, but I just can't go against the Boston Celtics right now. They're playing and clicking on all cylinders. Like I said, I think Mazzulla is going to continue to keep Robert Williams in that starting lineup. We'll see what the adjustments that Spoelstra makes and Mazzulla makes throughout the series, because at the end of the day, these games are also a coaching matchup and a coaching chess battle as well. So that'll be interesting to see and develop on the surface. But I think the Celtics are going to win. They're playing great basketball. Like I said, if Jason Tatum goes crazy again throughout these games and has a great stretch, not struggling, even we've seen that the Celtics can still win without him playing the greatest. But if he plays great, I think that there's no question that the Boston Celtics are going to make the NBA Finals for a second straight season. And that's most definitely not to dismiss the Miami Heat or anything like that. They're just a little short-handed without Tyler Hero, who wouldn't return until the NBA Finals. And I do think Jimmy Butler is going to get his, but at the same time, the Celtics, they're good at eliminating other aspects of teams, and their defense, like I said, is playing great, and they're doing better, and they're clicking on cylinders, and their continuity is getting right. I do think that the Celtics will make the Finals for a second second straight season, looking to get revenge from losing last year. Now going into the Western Conference, I'm interested to talk about these teams as well, and really I owe an apology to both of these teams because I have overlooked them in different sense of aspects in different ways in playoff series. First, starting off with the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't know why I picked them to lose to the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round, especially with the Grizzlies shorthanded without Brandon Clark, Steven Adams. Didn't know that Anthony Davis was going to have a fest. He's playing great defensively throughout the playoffs, even though he's been inconsistent offensively at times. Defensively, Anthony Davis has been a huge win and a huge W. Not only that, but the Lakers, their depth has been amazing. Austin Reeves has been stepping up huge. Like I said in my last video, he's gonna get back for sure this summer. Probably will command around $80 million for a few years, which he deserves in my opinion. You can just tell he plays with more confidence now, like counters. I think that work with Phil Handy, Lakers assistant coach, is working out for sure. And then also D'Angelo Russell. When the Lakers have D'Angelo Russell going off too, I low-key feel like they're more devastating. It just seems like it in my opinion. And also Dennis Schroeder playing good. Rui Hachimura, Lonnie Walker had a huge game 4 against the Warriors last series. The Lakers, they look good. They can definitely look like they can win the championship again. We do know in the grand scheme of things, as long as you have LeBron James on your team, you have a shot. So it's not even up for debate. Then talking about the Denver Nuggets, I shouldn't have picked them to lose to the Phoenix Suns either. They just been playing great. Nikola Jokic, oh my gosh. This series for sure, I mean, this is the most I really watched him in the past few years. Of course, I watch the NBA all the time. Like this season, I would say this is the most I've seen Jokic this year. And I think by far he's the best center in the league. You, of course, can make the argument that Jokic should have won a third straight MVP this year. I think Embiid still deserved it in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Like I said, it is a subjective conversation. But Jokic, man, oh my gosh, he is so crazy good. Now, he's not the best defensively, of course, but oh my gosh, what he does offensively, dog, he does everything for the Nuggets. And the difference between this year's teams and past teams is that he has a lot more help, and the Nuggets have a lot more bench depth as well. Look no further than last playoff series against the Phoenix Suns, where Nikola Jokic absolutely dominated the you-know-what out of DeAndre Ayton. Basically averaged 35 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists per game. A triple-double on his head. I mean, Nikola Jokic is just crazy good, man, and we're going to see that more on display. A lot of people do think that Anthony Davis may be able to neutralize him similarly to the NBA bubble when these two teams played against each other in the 2020 Western Conference Finals, but I don't know. Jokic has won 2 MVPs since then, and I think that he's going to get some revenge. I don't know if Anthony Davis is his kryptonite anymore, so we'll see. It's going to be really good. I'm so excited for these Western Conference Finals. The Lakers also have to be worried about Jamal Murray because he can go off at any point in time, and Aaron Gordon, he's a great front court partner with Nikola Jokic, so that's going to be really good. Michael Porter Jr., if he's making shots and being consistent, that also hurts other teams. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has been great. Bruce Brown, rookie Christian Brown. I mean, like I said, the Nuggets have a lot of bench depth now, so they have a lot of continuity, and they're here for real. Like, this is their time. If there's any season that they're gonna make the finals and win a championship, this is their best shot so far in the Jokic era, so we'll see. Kind of like in the Eastern Conference, I think that this series will also come down to coaching between Darvin Ham on the Lakers side and Michael Malone on the Nuggets side. Both great coaches. Darvin Ham has been an amazing coach in these playoffs so far, proving that he's a perfect fit for the Lakers, for LeBron. And Michael Malone, we know that he's one of the best coaches in the league, been that for years now at this point, so it's going to be a really good, entertaining matchup, most definitely. I can give you an answer straight up in terms of how many games this is going to go. I think it's going 7. I think both of these series on both ends are going to be long series. If they aren't, that's going to be a little disappointing in my opinion, because of course, like I said earlier, these are rematches from the NBA bubble, but I do think that the Denver Nuggets will ultimately win and make the NBA Finals. This will mark the first official time that the Nuggets made it out of the West into the NBA Finals. They've made it to the Western Conference Finals, like I said, in 2020 and also in 2009, 1978, and 1985, but they have never won a championship, and they also have never been to an NBA Finals, so this will be a first. New territory for sure, and then we do have the possibility of the matchup between the Celtics and Lakers for both franchises chase to 18 titles, but I do think that the Nuggets are going to stop that matchup from happening because they're the first seed for a reason this year. I think that they're the most disrespected first seed of all time. I'll admit for sure that I'm guilty of not picking them as my Western Conference favorite, not to make the finals, but they're my favorite now in terms of making the finals. Now, in terms of favorites, that's a conversation for another day, and I will predict my NBA Finals pick at a later date when that matchup is set, but at this time, I do think that the NBA Finals will consist of the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics. It's of course always hard to go against LeBron and Anthony Davis the way that he has been picking up his play, but that's just my personal opinion, and y'all let me know in the comments down below who y'all think will make the NBA Finals, how you think these series are gonna go, who's gonna be the biggest X factors, and what y'all predict is gonna happen. Let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys' love and support always. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SwaggyRuss, and also on TikTok at SwaggyRuss02 for cooking videos, shorts, and things of that nature. More videos on the way, guys. Y'all be blessed. Hope y'all summer is going well. A great and huge summer coming for this channel. Stay tuned for more videos on all different types of things, and y'all be blessed.